When you see something in nature and you don't understand it, ask why.
Never, ever, 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 ever give up.
Think about it differently and pursue it.
Hi, Elliot. Did you come to play?
Probably the main thing we've done is studied babies who have a brother or sister with autism. Those children are at higher risk for autism, and we followed them from 6 months on, and we've really mapped out the very earliest signs of autism as they emerge in children who have the disorder. Many of these children that you see on this tape spent up to 4 or 5 hours a day screaming, because it's like nothing that they do is working, because they really don't know how to communicate, and people don't know what they're trying to say. This little boy actually made incredible progress within the period of a week. And his little 9-year-old sister was watching his treatment sessions, and for the first time she saw her brother talk. She looked at her mother and she said, "Mom, it's magic."
Let's go!
We can't ever forget the individual families, what they're going through, what they need, and ultimately why this is so important to do.
It's time to make a lithium battery. I'm most known for the work that my group does in the lithium-ion battery area. We have produced hundreds of publications and probably 40 patents on new materials for lithium-ion batteries. The positive electrode material in the lithium-ion battery is presently lithium cobalt oxide, and that's being changed out for a material that our laboratory invented. Batteries are in really high demand for a number of reasons. Portable electronics, PDAs, cell phones, laptop computers, they all need rechargeable batteries that will last thousands of cycles. Hybrid vehicles, plug-in hybrid vehicles are going to require high energy density batteries that have long cycle life and long lifetime. Lithium-ion batteries can fill that role. There's reports in the media from time to time about laptops that are having safety issues or cell phones having safety issues. A very small proportion. When the batteries become large in electric vehicles, the probability of difficulty is going to increase. And we have a big fraction of the group now that's focusing on fundamental understanding of these problems and then new material solutions to eliminate these safety problems. Okay, we're good to go.
Right now, very few old people die healthy. Most older people can expect that before they die, there will be a period of months to even years in which they will be disabled. And I think that we need to look at ways to change that. Frailty is all about complexity. People aren't frail because one thing is wrong. They're frail because many things are wrong. Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
That sounds much better. This is one of the coolest things. This is probably the biggest thing that we've found out in the last 10 years. The pattern at which people become more or less socially vulnerable is exactly the same as the pattern in which they become more or less frail, which is exactly the same as the pattern by which they become more or less cognitively impaired. It's the same model. For example, if I were to say, we're going to look at 100 things that could be wrong with someone and say how fit or frail someone is depending on how many things they have wrong with them. What's the highest number of things you could have wrong? Most people might say, well, if there's 100, I guess you could have 100. But that's not true. It turns out 67 is the most number of things that you can have wrong with you. It's stunning. It means that we're onto something that's akin to a law of nature, right? I mean, and no one has known this before, and we know it now.